high value man. I've done things to step up my echelon, and I'm not going to settle for a single mother.
Yeah,
did I have that correctly? I want to be clear.
Yeah, we'll be settling.
Right.
What's shaking, everybody? Tell a friend that it's them again. J King, the one, J King, back with another banger. Got my homegirl, Erica Kane. Alright, so look. We got these high value cats talking about how they would never settle for a single woman. So without further ado, let's get to the crazy.
Date with him. What was the turn off?
Specifically, the turn off was when I asked that question about would you date a single mother? And Jacoby, you proceeded to tell me that basically you're a high value man and you are too good for a single mother. However, you did also tell me that you were raised by a single mother, which is profound for me to think that a single mother's not good enough for you, but it's good enough for a woman to raise you.
A dude that was raised by a single woman, a single mother, that came up and got his bag, and you know what I'm saying? Because he saw the struggles his mother went through. He saw how his mother was like sort of, devalued, you know what I'm saying? And he saw certain things that just didn't sit right for him, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I mean? I love my mama, but, like a single boy, a single male, he's gonna be honest with himself. You know what I mean? He sees what's going on. He sees the faults. He sees the mistakes. He sees all that, and he sees what's, you know what I mean, like who's like the value, like when it comes to value in a woman and everything, and how they treat it and everything. He sees these things.
So basically, we're sitting there saying that because a woman is a single. We're basically saying because a woman is a single mother, that means there's no father around, regardless of why, that she is not capable of being loved and finding another man in her future that can value her and that can take her out of that situation.
I never said she was a value. I never said she was a value.
That's what we're getting. We're not talking about the single woman, because when we think of single mothers, we're thinking of them as a bad case. Like, it's for some reason the woman's fault that she's a single mother, which is not always the case. But what we're saying is because he's a high value man, a man with money, that he will never date a single woman. Why? Is a single mother not valued enough to have a potential man in her future?
It's not that she's not valued.
Well,
understand something? No,
that's what that means.
Understand something? Because like for him, he probably doesn't have any kids. So if he doesn't have any kids, why would I want to lock in with somebody who has kids? Now I got to sit there and lock horns and bang out with baby daddies. I don't want to deal with baby daddies. I don't want to deal with that. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it doesn't matter how I feel about you or the kids. I understand something. The baby daddy headache is a headache that'll land a nigga, a good man, in prison.
He didn't say that. He didn't say that's the reason why he wouldn't. He automatically deemed that it was. I'm just telling you. It's not about.
I'm just telling you the common factor, the common denominator, like the common mind state when it comes to these things. Any good man that does not want to. I'm saying that does not want to deal with a single mother. It's more like first of all, you gave your most precious part of you to another man that you didn't marry and you didn't care about. So that just proves that you're a bad decision maker. You're a bad decision maker. A bad decision maker. And then all of a sudden, now I'm supposed to lock in with you, and I have to bang out with your baby daddy. Like, I'm coming in from a hood, from a street. Say most of these niggas don't understand that aspect.
You can say the same thing for a woman that has class and structure to be with a man that got multiple kids or one kid. You can say the same thing, that they're not valued.
Look,
they're not
you made a bad decision. You made a bad decision. And understand something. I'm not going to clean up your bad decision.
Who says it's a bad decision to have a kid?
You had a kid by a nigga that you don't want to be with. That's a bad decision. You had a kid by a nigga that you not with. That's a bad decision.
Let's find his reason why.
That's unfair. And it's very insensitive to women out there who have children.
Alright, so just because it's a cycle I wanted to continue.
It doesn't have to continue.
So what I'm saying is that
it's more about why would you cut off and say that single women are not on the same level?
What you're supposed to learn from is history.
Exactly.
What's that got to do
You're a
with
very intelligent woman. You're a very intelligent woman, right?
Yes.
So if you know, as a woman growing up, you know it's the less likelihood for you to be successful by having a child. So what you do, you be more proactive. Using condoms.
What's that got to do with your choice?
Okay, if you're getting pregnant, then all right, cool. Maybe I shouldn't continue having this child because I'm not getting married. A better chance.
It's a woman's decision to have a baby, right? It's a woman's ultimate decision.
Single mother.
Yes.
Is your mother still alive?
I struggle. My mom's still alive.
Did she struggle or did you struggle?
Both of us struggle.
Okay, so your words.
That's what I was saying earlier.
Echoed all around social media, and I want to make sure that we have this clearly. I'm a high value man. I've done things to step up my echelon, and I'm not going to settle for a single mother.
Yeah,
Did I have that correctly? I want to be clear.
Yeah, we'll be settling.
Right.
That's exactly what I said earlier. He witnessed. He had a front row seat. Hold up. We're not making this. I'm not making this about you. I don't know. I'm not gonna get into your personal dating life.
No,
that's not mine. But no, that's not. No, that's not what I'm. No, that's not. No, we're talking about what's in the screen right now. If you want to personalize this, that's on you. I'm not personalizing this. I'm not gonna get. I'm not engaging.
Because
I'm not engaged. Well, that's on you.
I'm a single mother and I'm single, so I'm in that dating field. I wouldn't be.
So what I'm saying is. What I'm saying, according to what we just according to this whole scenario, not just on what he says, but on what she said too. According to what he says, all he's saying is, look, like I said earlier, I watched my single mom who raised me struggle. I watched a whole lot of shit that just didn't sit right with me. All I'm saying is, I don't want to repeat the cycle. That's what he's saying. I don't want that cycle repeated. So what I'm saying is, I want my own kid with my own baby mama. I want my own family. I don't want to share nothing with nobody. I don't want to bring a kid into this world. Hold up. I don't want to bring a kid into this world who's gonna have to be subdued and forced to watch their mother have man after man after man after man for years walk in and out. It's not always up to the man, and most times it's not. It's not. Most of the time it's not up to the man. Some niggas walk out. Yes, they do. Most don't. Most niggas when they know they getting they have junior. Look. They yearn to fucking wake up and fucking take care of their kid, pick them up from school, drop them off at school. They yearn for that shit. They love it. They absolutely crave that shit. But once those things are taken away from a man, or like the man, like, look,
when you have a
everything,
preference, certain things that you prefer, just understand you do ostracize other individuals. I understand what he does not want and what cycle he wants, but he did ostracize a lot of black women like me.
I didn't hear him say nothing about black women.
He was I'm a single mother.
That's not. I don't think he put this title on. I think it was the creators.
He just said that he don't want to complete that cycle. I would not be.
He don't want to continue the cycle. Exactly. He didn't say like exactly. So why would you want to continue the cycle to take on another man's kid? I don't want another man's kid. That's all he's saying. He saw what it was. He saw how rough it was for his wonderful moms and his eyes to lock down a man because it's like, you know what? I don't want, even regardless of how good the man was. I don't want to continue on. I don't want to pick up another man's slack. I don't want to make up for another man's mistake. Whatever you want to call it. He saw it. So he's like, you know what? In my mind, I want my woman to have no kids so we can procreate and bring our children. That's all he's saying. He's not criticizing.
And I didn't say that. I said when you choose a preference, when you choose certain things that you like and prefer, you ostracize other individuals. You prefer women with no kid. That means that you're ostracizing black women. Because majority of black women are single mothers. That's why. Majority of black women are single mothers. So that means that if you don't want to date a woman that's a single mother,
Erica, listen.
that means you're ostracizing a
nothing
lot
in
of
this
black
title
women.
says anything about black.
You're not.
I'm a high value man. I'm not going to settle for a single mother. Nothing in this title says anything about black.
Majority, once again, you're not thinking about. Majority of single mothers are what?
I don't know majority of. I don't know. I know. Look.
Exactly.
I don't know all single mothers, whether they black, white, Spanish, Asian, Indian. I don't know all the single mothers, so I'm not going to speak for all single mothers, and I don't think you should either. All I'm saying is I'm talking about this dude and in this situation.
What I'm saying is me as a single mother, as a successful black woman that have been on my own, that haven't depended on no one. A lot of the times I don't get potential mates because of this. Because they
you're a mom.
Assume because I'm a single woman with a child that it's a problem.
It's not that it's just a problem. It's just what it does.
It's not. That's not my experience.
Okay. Well, listen. Okay.
You're not a single mother, and you don't know what it's like.
Okay.
So I'm telling you, in the dating field, a lot of the times that I don't find potential mate because of this type of thinking.
Well, I'm here to tell you because
even giving me a shot.
I'm here to tell you.
See what type of woman
I'm here to tell you. Once potential mates, especially those who do not have children. Most potential mates who do not have children, male potential mates who do not have children, they are not going to give you a chance because you do have a child. Reason being is because in their minds you're a bad decision maker. You decided to have a kid by somebody that you did not want to settle down with. That's what it boils down to.
Well, what if the man left? That's what I'm saying. It's a lot of open in it. It's a whole lot of y'all assuming what the woman is before y'all give a woman a shot. Because she's single with a kid. That's what I'm saying. You see? It's a whole lot of assumption because she's single with a kid. How about a lot of the times women are single with the kids because of men?
You're right. You're absolutely right.
But you deem
You're absolutely right.
Of a man away.
Man threw her away. You're absolutely right. I'm not disagreeing.
In my case, it wasn't a man. It was me. I wrote down. In my case, I can understand that. That was on me. But my situation.
I'm not disagreeing with you. A lot of times,
women are thrown away by men. And then what that means is, then once we get used and abused and thrown away by men, we're not potential mate for any other.
Excuse me. I'm not disagreeing with you. That you're absolutely right. But what I'm telling you is what it ultimately boils down to is the decision to have a child is on you, the woman, the female. So when you have a child by a man that you don't marry, that you or at the very least don't settle down with.
Yeah.
And now all of a sudden, and for real, you're an anomaly. You have one kid. You got too many of these brothers out here who got 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 kids by multiple baby daddies. But you're the anomaly. So I'm saying when it comes to childbearing, you have one kid by one person. So what I'm saying to you is what it boils down to is a lot of these men. Most men, especially those who don't have kids, they're looking at it as you're a bad decision maker. That's what they're looking at it as. You don't have to like it, you don't have to agree with it, but it's the reality. You're a bad decision maker. You had a child. You gave a man the most precious part of you that you had no intention on settling down with. And where does that leave me? That's what a man with no kid. Now, if you have a man with a kid, he would probably understand something like that. Like, all right, cool, man. I had a kid, didn't work out, whatever.
But a man with no kids.
But a man with no kids is like, you know what? You gave yourself the most precious part. You gave a man the most precious part of you. You didn't demand anything in return. And it didn't work out, and then I'm supposed to clean this mess up? This is a mess. This is a mess that a man that you don't know, that you want to get to know, has to clean up. Has to be willing to say, you know what? I'm gonna take this broom and this dustpan, and I'm gonna clean all this up. I'm gonna be the man, right? And then him knowing that at any given time, a woman, you can pull the power away from him, and say, you know what? I don't want you telling my kids what to do anymore. I don't want you to dictate how we spend our money around here anymore. We're gonna do this and we're gonna do that. And I want my kid to do this and want my kid. And you know what? I'm gonna tell my son and daughter, they don't have to listen to you. These are realities that men with no kids, even with men with kids, when you come into another situation with a woman has all the control when it comes to these kids. When you got a kid and the man comes into the picture, a different man, a new man, a woman has all the power. A woman gets to tell. You can't tell a kid when to go to bed. You can't tell that kid what to watch on TV. You can't tell that kid how much internet time they get to have. You can't tell. You can't say shit. Everything is everything count. Look, everything is in that woman's hands. That woman gets to say, look, you get to say this to my kid. You can tell my kid. You can't say shit to my child. You can't do nothing.
All women. That's what I'm saying. Y'all put certain women in the way they have act.
Nothing I said was about all women. Nothing I said was about all women.
But you are dimming all single mothers by that saying. Not all women act like that. Not all women, when a man comes in their life,
a majority
will not give you authority in the head of the household. But by saying that, you dimmed all single mothers. I am not that woman. But I am a single mother, though. So all successful men would think I'm that type of woman just before they even get to know me.
Okay, well, you as a single mother,
we're not all like
you
that.
as a single mother, well, then you need to do podcasts and teach these single mothers how to relinquish. Listen, hold up. I'm gonna touch on.
It's just the propaganda.
Then you need to teach these other single young mothers how to relinquish power over their children, because when they get a good man in their life, they get a good man in their life, they don't want to relinquish nothing. You can't tell my son what to do. You can't tell my daughter what to do.
It's not about just for the children. It's of the household. If the man
is
in the household,
a child is a part of the household.
I just said that. It's for language. The household. It's everything. It's not just the kid. And if that man takes up that role, women will do that. It will follow. It's propaganda. Some women are like that, but not all of us. And especially not all of us black women. We are not giving a
Please
shot.
don't make this a black or white thing. This is not about black or white.
It's not black or white.
This is not a black people or white thing. This is everybody's issue. We're not this is not that if that ain't this.
Single mothers.
Again, single mothers. Single mothers hold a certain level of power in the dating world.
All of us. It's not all of us.
In the dating world, okay, listen. Look, if you let me finish. All single mothers hold a certain level of power when it comes to the dating world. All of you. Because those are your children. If you're a single mom because you have a child or children, that's what qualifies you to be a single mom. Okay, so let's get that out the way. You have a child or children.
Yes.
So those are your child. That is your child or your children. So you have power. You have domain over what this child or children do, where they go, who they interact with. You as a single mom have domain over that. Am I right or wrong?
Yes.
Okay, so when a man comes into that single mother's life, whether you have a child or children, when a man comes into that life, does that man need permission from that single mom to be able to dictate, to correct, and to chastise and to put these children. Like, does this man needs permission to play the daddy role? That's what I'm asking. Yes or no?
Yes.
Okay. So, with that being said, since this man needs permission to come into this child or children's life to be the pretend daddy, okay, let's call it what it is. It's a pretend daddy. This man needs permission, and at any given time, this woman can relinquish, can decide to say, you know what? All permission that you have, all domain over my child or children is null and void. It does not. It is canceled. It does not mean anything anymore. It is null and void. It is done. Does a woman have that power? Yes or no?
The woman has that power regardless if it's children. Listen, when a man come into a woman,
we're talking about single mothers. We're not talking about just a mother. We're talking about just a woman.
Yes, a woman has that power to. The woman has the power at any time to relinquish power, no matter what. If we're in a relationship, I got the power to say I don't want this no more, and we can't be us. I got the power.
We're talking about
no longer to be
a single
submissive.
mom. We're talking about a single mom who has a good man that comes into their life, comes into her life, and says, you know, and that man, and because that man needs permission from that woman can relinquish. That you just proved my point. That man needs permission. So because that man needs permission, that family will never be his. Truly, it is all up to that woman. That woman, a woman can pull the rug. A man, look, you will hear stories about a man who have 15, 20 years about taking care of and raising a family and children that is not his. And then all of a sudden, that woman will either pull the rug from out that man and say, you know what, I'm done, or it will cheat on that man. You hear it all the time. But on the other hand, you don't never hear it. A single dad.
Because he gets a woman that wants to be there and take care. No, listen. We're gonna end this. It's not all single women.
Thank you. Thank you.
You get something like that and you get something not. You gotta choose the woman. You can't determine because of her situation who she is. That's all I'm saying. Please stop judging people by their situation and not their character. Because everybody has situations. This world and the way we live off a situation, but please stop judging women based off that situation and who their character. We ain't all the same, and we don't all do the same thing.
I ain't say y'all was
just
the same.
like men. Ain't all of y'all dogs, ain't all of y'all cheaters, and ain't all of y'all don't date single women. Because there's a bunch of y'all do.
Nah, I didn't say all y'all was the same. All I said was that, you know what I'm saying, like we was talking about his situation, we talking about single mothers. Yeah. And we talking about the power. That's and I was just talking about why men, high value men, and why single men, why men with no kids, why they don't want to date single mothers. That's what we was talking about.
But in any relationship, even if he was to date a woman with no kids, he has no power in that relationship. At any time, she can end that.
Exactly. He has no power.
He has no power.
Exactly.
Check it out.
Exactly.
That's what I'm saying. Not just single. So him saying he don't date single woman, he can get with a woman that ain't got no babies and have a baby. He has no power. He has no power regardless.
We're not
now do you understand what I'm saying? It doesn't matter. The woman can have no kids. He has no power regardless.
Erica, listen.
Unless a woman gives him power. That's not her situation.
All right, listen. All right, you finished? I'm telling you, you totally messed up the subject. It's about not just dating a single mom, a single woman, single mother.
I know.
Single mother. Somebody who has a child or children. Single mother. We're not talking about this abroad that's just out here in the world. We're talking about single mother. So when a single mother has a certain level of power because a child comes along with that woman. So any man that dates a woman that has a child, you know what I'm saying? You vibing with the female and everything, you know what I'm saying? But you gotta vibe with the kid too. The kid, it's a package deal. You can't have one without the other. That's what this segment is about.
Well, let's check this out. It was one time that I wouldn't date black men. I had a preference. I wouldn't date black men. I wouldn't date black men with kids. I wouldn't do this and I wouldn't do that.
That's a whole nother. That's a whole
no, it's
nother
not.
part.
It's
That's
the
a whole
same
nother
thing.
series.
No, it's the same thing. Because I had my preferences and that's because I had my assumption of what black men was.
But see, you talking about black men, but I mean, what this had nothing to do with black men. This is just men.
You're cutting me off.
All right, go ahead. All right, go ahead.
Maybe if you let me get to
go
the
ahead,
point.
Go ahead.
It was one time that I didn't date black men. It was one time that I didn't date black men with kids.
Go ahead. I'm listening.
It was one, and it was all on how I perceived these black men to be. And now I'm not saying race. I'm saying what I did not prefer and what I did not date. Same as him. Did not date single mothers. I had a perception. I had to find out they all are not like that. I would have never met certain individuals in my life.
I dig it. Go ahead. I'm listening.
So what I'm saying is you got to understand when you do have a preference, when you do have a certain standard that discriminates not off of personality and what people do, but just based off of a situation, you kind of marginalize certain individuals. And you can really miss out. For black successful men to sit there and say they will not date single mothers, not saying what color, you kind of marginalize single mothers.
I mean, can you blame them though?
Yeah, I can, because once again, you're putting us in a situation. You're marginalizing me of a situation, but not how I act as an individual.
But see, your person.
And that is a problem.
See, like I get it. I get
you're
what you're saying.
Marginalizing me because I got
saying.
a child, but you're not marginalizing me because you say, well, that bitch over there is not worth of nothing, and she don't do da. You're not that. I'm already marginalized just because I have a kid. That is a problem.
I get
That's
what
a problem.
I get what
That's
you're
like
saying.
marginalizing me because I am this. Or marginalizing me because I am this. You're marginalizing me specifically because I'm a single mother, not how I act.
I get what you're saying.
As an individual.
I get what you're saying.
And that is a problem.
I understand what you're saying. But again, when you are a single man with no children and you're dating somebody with a child, it goes for 10 years, 15 years. Everything is beautiful. Then all of a sudden, for whatever reason, any relationship for whatever. Listen. This man has attached himself to your child, to another woman's child, to another man's kid for 10, 15 years, 5, 10, 15 years. And all of a sudden it's over. It's over. You know what I'm saying? You and your, you know what I'm saying, the mother and the kid and the children or whatever go to one household, and that single man goes to his single household by himself after 5, 10, 15 years of coming home to a family structure. Then it's over. And this man has no legal right to see those kids, to be a part of those kids' lives. And this one, and this is something. Every day, we see this shit all the time. These are stories that we see on the internet and social media more than anything. Those are few and far in between. Those are few. The good of
it's some good blended families.
Like, yeah, I'm not disagreeing with you. You're right, but they're few and far in between. There are a few of them, but they're far in between. That's what about the good. There's not enough of them.
Well, I guess I'll never.
The odds are it's not gonna work out. The odds are you're gonna have to bang. You're gonna have to bang heads. You're gonna bang out with the baby daddy. You're gonna fucking be thrown to the curb because for whatever reason this woman don't want to deal with you no more. And now not only do you lose the woman, you lose the kids that a man has emotionally attached himself to for however long. It's a wrap. That man is left with nothing, no legal standing, no nothing. Even if they were married, that's not my kid. That's not his kid. So, you know what I'm saying, after the relationship is done, yo, I've been taking care of this kid. I've been fucking loving this kid. I've been guiding this kid. I've been teaching this child. And all of a sudden, this kid is not a part of my life anymore. Yeah. This woman is not a part of my life. Come on now. You can't have it both ways. It's like, listen, you want to be a single mom? You want to do your thing? You want to have other men? You know what I'm saying? You want to have men run in and out your life, in and out your house? Do your thing.
But yeah, I get you. I can see it on both halves. Like I can understand why nobody want to get into a type of situation, because even me, as far as dating, I am very cautious of a man that has a lot of kids. I really am. different women and different baby mamas and situations. I am, but I do not sit there and say I will never date or I wouldn't give them a shot.
A man that got 5 baby mamas and 4 and 6 kids.
I'm not giving him a shot.
Like, come on now, like that's what I'm saying.
We're not talking. You going too far now. I'm not.
We're not limited this to just one child, like.
And I'm not limited it to either. A man can have 3 children and be functional, and I will date them.
All right, well.
And I'm not limited on their
that.
situation. See, that's once again, I keep saying, I don't limit who I date off of their situation. I get to know the individual. Because we don't know people's situation.
But at the end of the day, like, look, again, it's about, like, what if decision making.
Listen,
you have, like, a woman.
What if that man was married for 15 years and he did have a woman that cheated? He got 3 kids. Shall I scratch him out the dating pool because he got 3 kids with a woman that left him? Now that's on that. What if it was see, you're not looking at it if it was a woman.
High value. We're not talking about some bum. We're not talking about some bum ass nigga that got regular nigga that got fucking 1,000 baby mamas and 20,000 kids. That's not what we're talking about. High value man. I'm not gonna settle for a single mother.
So a high value woman shouldn't settle. I got you.
High value man, like, you know what I'm saying, like. Yeah.
Because only men are.
He's rich, like a high value man. He's rich. He's got something to offer that this broad don't. More than likely.
So only men are rich.
I didn't say that. I said more than likely. For this scenario, this situation, he got something to offer more than likely than the woman he's talking about.
Rich men should not be with single mothers.
That's what
I'm saying. When you go to talking like that.
Well, if you don't have any kids, no, you shouldn't.
So my pool
only broke. If you don't,
my pool is only broke men, because I shouldn't have a rich high value.
A regular.
Yeah, because I'm a regular no Douglas female. My pool is never going to be high value. That's not my pool. That's out of my range.
Again, Erica, listen.
Because that's what you're saying.
There's exceptions to the rule. If you're a woman that does not care about your man's finances, and you just happen to come across a man who's high value, knock yourself out.
No, you're telling me that he should date me.
I'm telling you, what I'm saying is,
high value man should not date me.
We're not talking about you we're not talking
personally. But no, I'm a single mom.
Then you know what I'm saying, as long as you're not trying to fuck with him for his cash, by all means, you know what I'm saying, that's something that you need to convince him of. If you're any woman that's dealing with a man with money, you need to convince that man that I'm not with you for your money. That's what I'm trying to say. I'm a little tipsy right now. I'm on Tito's time, but that's what any woman that's dealing with a man with money, that woman needs to convince that man that I don't care about your money. Yeah, I'm not with you for your money. I'm with you for you. And because the times that we live in, the day and age and everything that's been going on, men with money, that especially those who don't have, I'm not saying it excludes them, but I'm saying especially those who do not have a child, who don't have kids, they ain't got time. They ain't got time for even the potential of something like of somebody gaming them for their money, or them getting emotionally attached to a kid that's not theirs, and all of a sudden baby daddy pop up and I want my baby. Like they ain't got time for that. That's what I get from this. See, like female, like women, I'm a high value man, I'm not gonna settle for a single mother. It's not that you're a single mother. It's the fact that you maintain a certain power over this man that he can never combat you for.
I got you.
So once this man says, you know what, he likes the kid, he loves the kid, he loves the children, everything is good. But in the back of his mind, it's like, you know what, at any given time, this woman can snatch all this from me, everything from me, and I'm left with nothing. Yeah. And it's not about finance. He don't care about finances. Most men don't give a damn about a woman's finance. We don't give a damn about how much money you make.
That is true.
We just want to make sure. We just want to know that you ain't no lazy ass broad. But on the other hand, you got a child, the children. This man done locked in with you, and all of a sudden, for one day, it's over. For whatever reason. Whether he did something wrong or not, it doesn't, whatever. It's over. And when it's over, it's really over, because if those are his kids, he would have a legal standing, a legal bearing to say, you know what, I'm going to stay in these, I got to be a part of these kids' lives. But a woman could be so bitter and so nasty, say, you know what, F you, bro. F you, bro. Like, all these chicks want to bro up they freaking husbands and boyfriends and baby daddies. You my bro. What? Nigga, you bugging. Ain't no bro. Look, you want a wife, like, these, you want a wife up abroad that got a child or children, make sure, one, the baby daddy's not in their life, they're either dead or in prison for the rest of their life, or two, she like looks you dead in the eyes and convinces you, listen, this is, my family is your family. If a woman cannot convince a man that is his family, regardless of what happens, it's a wrap. Yeah. It's not even worth it.
I get it. A man he's the head of the family. He wants security for his family, and he won't get that with another man's child.
Exactly. That's why, like, yo, this certain, like, these ain't my kids. So if anything happens between us, you decide, listen, I'm done. I'm moving my kids to the other side of the world. I'm taking my kids wherever. F you, you nothing. You're the gum under my shoe. I don't, like, I mean, whatever, for whatever reason. I cheated on you, you cheated on me. I beat you, you beat me. I robbed you, you robbed me. Whatever. It doesn't even matter. You have a man in his position, plenty of other men, they have no bearing. They have no legal bearing, no standing. These ain't my kids. The court, like, nobody's gonna sympathize with you. You have no legal bearing. And anytime a woman wants to snatch those kids away from that man, it's a wrap. That man done wasted 5, 10, 15 years, however long, emotionally attached, and it's a wrap. Yo, see y'all on the other side of crazy?